Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tolu, and on this channel I share content all around personal finance, budgeting, frugal living, and I show you how to live your best life on a budget. So in today's video guys, I want to say a big thank you to every single person that's subscribed to my channel. Thanks to all of you, I've hit 500 subscribers. Can't believe it. So excited, so delighted. I'm so proud of us for actually achieving this milestone. So thank you for every single person that subscribed to my channel. And to celebrate reaching 500 subscribers, I actually did a poll on my Instagram asking you guys to submit questions for me to do a Q&A. It's the first time I'm doing this type of video on my channel, but I thought it would be really good to let you guys get to know me a little bit more and just answer a few of the questions that you guys may have. Without further ado, I'm going to get into those questions for you now. So the first question was, do you plan to return to work? So, do I plan to return to work? Yes. So for those of you that don't know, I've been made redundant. I was made redundant at the end of June off the back of all of this COVID situation. I was on furlough for 3 months and then I was made redundant. So I'm currently unemployed and currently working at my next move. As much as I would love to say
no way, I'm not going back to work, I don't want to work anymore, I'm just going to do my own thing.
I need to be realistic and I need to actually look at my own situation at the moment, and I know that we have such hefty financial goals that we're trying to achieve, and I know we'll be able to achieve them much quicker if I get another job. So as much as I'd love to say I'm not going back to work and I'm just going to pursue my side hustles and do my own thing, I need to be realistic, and the reality is I need to get a job. So I'm going to find a job. So yeah, that is definitely going to be on my list for the month of August. Next question is, what have you decided to do? Return to work or turn your side hustle into your main squeeze? So I would say that question is pretty much similar to the answer I gave in my first question, which is that yes, I would love to pursue my side hustles and do my own thing, but I need to be realistic. At the end of the day, I'm not in a financial position to completely just, do my own thing and do my own side hustles. The next question is, how do you plan to make extra income now that you've been made redundant? I guess, oh gosh, there's lots of questions about how I'm going to be making money. That's quite cute that you guys are so concerned. Yeah, how do I plan to make extra income? So the hair thing that I was doing, deluxe crochet braids, I do still do that. I haven't really been actively promoting it, obviously, since lockdown has been lifted and we're able to go back to work and do people's hair. I've been doing it here and there for clients that I've done previously or clients that I already know, but I haven't really been taking on any new clients. So aside from that, side hustle wise, I'm still just working on the content and the groundwork. So working on my blog, working on my YouTube channel, just really working on my online content and building my online presence, and eventually monetization will be the next stage. So that will be a byproduct of all the work that I'm putting in now, hopefully. Pray for me. Oh, this is a nice question. So after you pay off your mortgage, what will you do with the money you save each month? Oh mate, that's such a lovely question. Oh, I just can't even imagine the day. Like, that just seems so far into the future. I'm just like, wow, what will we actually do with no mortgage payments? Like, deep it. Our mortgage payments at the moment are £1,136. So imagine an extra £1,136 in my account every single month. I don't even know what I'll do with that money either. I think I'll probably travel a lot more. My dream and my goal, I can tell you guys, actually is, like, once we paid off our mortgage, to be able to travel for the whole summer holidays with the family. So it'll just be amazing to literally take the boys and experience life all around the world. Like, there's just so much beauty in this world to behold, and I'd just love to be able to take my family around the world and just show them all of God's creation internationally. So I think that would be amazing. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things that will be top of my to-do list once we've paid off our mortgage. Now this is a good question. Okay, so this question is, do you think every couple should have a joint account? I'm not too sure, I'm on the fence with this one. So I do think it's important to have transparency in the area of your finances with your spouse. So I think, yeah, it's definitely important for you both to be on the same page with your finances. I think you should both be singing from the same hymn sheet. With that being said, like, I'm not even going to lie to you guys, we did not get a joint account until probably when we started this whole financial journey. So I want to say like 2-3 years ago. So for the first 7 years of marriage, we didn't have joint accounts, but we still obviously had transparency and knew how much money was coming in on both sides. So it's not like to say my money was my money and his money was his money. We still did everything together, in fact, most of the bills came out of my husband's account, but I would just be transferring money to him and things like that. So I think it would just make things more efficient and more swift if all the money did just come into the same account actually, and then you could just pay the bills from there, rather than, you know, like what we did for the first 7 years, making life unnecessarily difficult for ourselves by having to transfer money in and out of accounts and back and forth to one another. So I think that's a long way of saying, yeah, I think it is important for couples to have joint accounts. I just think it makes life so much easier. It's not to say that you can't have separate accounts also. So, you know, like if you say all the money comes into the same account and then you pay all the bills from that account, do your savings, etc., and then allocate your spending money or fund money for the month, and then that money you can put in your own private account and do as you wish with it, because then that way that's your money for you to do what you need to do, so then the other person doesn't actually need to see that money or see what you're doing with that money. But I think overall it will be good because the two have become one. So really and truly, finances is an area in which you should become one in as well. Oh gosh, you guys have really given me good questions. Okay, so this question is, when do you think it's appropriate to teach kids about money? I think that's a good question actually. I think it is important to teach kids about money from a young age. I mean, growing up, I didn't have that financial education other than actually tell a lie. My parents did used to tell us that we need to save, but
it's like, what am I saving for? You're just telling me to save, but what does that actually mean?
I think there needs to be more of an incentive and explanation as to why this thing is important for you to do, because you just telling me to save when there's nothing for me to save for, just to me didn't really make sense. And it's like, no, I ain't gonna do that, I'm just gonna spend my money, which is what I did more often than not. I think as parents we should teach our children from as young as possible the value of money, as young as they can comprehend what money is. I think from as young as they can say they have these wants, I think you can then introduce the concept of money and how it all works to the child, so that they don't go through life naively just thinking, you know, money grows on trees and, you know, if I just ask for something I get it. Let them understand that no, you have to work for the things you want, and no, things are not just given to you and handed to you on a plate. You need to work for it, you need to earn it, and you need to, yeah, not just feel the sense of entitlement and, you know, just think that you could just have what you want when you want. That's not how life works. That's not how I grew up, and that's not how my children are growing up either. Okay, so the next question is tips on grocery shopping budget. That's a very vague question, but I'll try and answer it the best way I can. So in terms of tips for grocery shopping budget, I think set a budget that is realistic. That is a word of advice that I'd give to anybody. Be realistic with your food budget. I think that's where I failed the last 3 months. I haven't set the most realistic food budget, which is why we then end up overspending every month in our food category. So I think set yourself a budget that's realistic but not too generous at the same time. So you need to kind of find that happy place and that happy balance. Whatever it is, let that budget be realistic to yourself and your family. Only you can really decide that for your household. You know how much you consume and how much you actually use on a given day and given week and a given month. So also say where you can bulk buy, because you do get a lot of savings when you do that. But having said that though, always look at the unit cost, I would say, when you're grocery shopping as well, because what you find a lot of the time is things that they say are on offer, they're not actually on offer. What they're telling you is a good deal might not always be a good deal. So always look at the cost per unit when you're buying an item. Actually, I'll include a few pictures here so that you can see what I'm talking about of the unit cost. So yeah, always look at the cost per unit of the item, because that's where a lot of these stores trick you. That's really helped me a lot over the years in terms of saving money on our groceries. I could literally do a whole video on grocery budgets actually. Let me know if you want a video on that and I can do that video for you guys. But yeah, there's so many things that you could do to save money on your groceries. Another tip I'll give on grocery budgets actually is to do meal planning before you go shopping. So that's something that I used to do when I was good at sticking to my food budget, and I've kind of fallen off over the last few months since lockdown began. But it is really good when you actually have a list of things that you need to buy, rather than just going shopping and just, you know, trying to just figure it out while you're there. It's good to have an actual list of things that you're planning to buy, have a list of meals that you're planning to cook for the week ahead or the 2 weeks ahead, so that when you go to the shops you know exactly what you need, the ingredients that you need for those meals, and you don't end up just buying additional things just because they're on offer or just because you happen to walk past them while you're walking down the aisles. When you actually know what it is that you need to buy and what it is that you have planned for the weeks ahead, you can avoid those traps of buying things just for the sake of buying them. So the next question that I've got is, how do you juggle motherhood with work, and what was your routine like? Okay, this person knows that I'm unemployed now, which is why they said what was your routine like. But how did I juggle motherhood with work? So I was on maternity leave for a year, then I was furloughed, then I was made redundant. So I've actually been out of the workplace now for about a year and a half now. So what I have been doing obviously is creating content for my blog and for my YouTube channel and things like that. So what I've had to do in terms of my schedule is just really work around the children. It's been a lot harder the last few months since lockdown began, because before that they were in school, they were in nursery, so it was like I had time in the day when a baby was sleeping to do things. But then when the two older ones were now at home, I had all 3 children at home, it became a lot harder trying to get my own things done whilst homeschooling and looking after the kids, looking after the home, etc. So what I did start to do is just be more intentional with how I spent my time. In the daytime, I dedicated that to the kids, and what it just meant is that in the evenings, I used to have to work late nights into early hours of the morning to record content. I just had to find a way basically to work around my family. So in terms of the schedule, I wouldn't really say I had a proper strict schedule, to be honest. It was just kind of working around the kids and just finding that time where I could find that time. So on the weekend when my husband would be home from work, that would be the time for me to then take to do my content and record my content and do my meal prepping for the week and things like that. So it's really just give or take and just being flexible with one another and kind of working around each other's schedules to kind of get things done around the house and look after the kids and work on my side projects at the same time. So yeah, I wouldn't say I have the most effective routine. How do you keep motivated? Okay, good question. Thanks for asking. I'd say I keep motivated by thinking about my why. That does drive me a lot. I know it sounds cliche and you hear that a lot, you know, you need to know what your why is, but you actually genuinely do need to know what your why is, because that does keep you going in those moments when you don't want to continue, or those moments when you can't be bothered to do things. It's like, no. I actually have a purpose. I actually know that what I'm doing is having impact and it is actually resonating with people and it's helping people. Like when I get DMs from you guys and from people on Instagram, you know, saying thank you Tolly for your budget worksheet, it's really been helpful, thank you Tolly for that video, like it was really inspiring, or oh my gosh I didn't know that, thanks for telling me. Like just those things that are impacting other people, that motivates me to keep continuing to produce the content, because I know that if I can help one person change their life or make their life better or simplify their life, or, you know, help them in their financial journey, then I'm going to keep doing it, because I want to keep having that impact on other people. Because I know when I first started my journey 2-3 years ago, I was looking for somebody like me online and I didn't find them. I found a lot of people in the US, don't get me wrong, but in terms of black females in the UK, I didn't find any that were on YouTube that were talking about this kind of content. Personal finance and financial freedom journeys and, you know, paying off your mortgage early. That wasn't something that I heard anybody talking about that looked like me on YouTube. And I was like, nah, do you know what? Since I'm on this journey and since this is the content in which I want to see, why not be that content for somebody else? Because I know that just as I'm looking for this content online, there must be other people that are also looking for this content online. So let me not be selfish. As I'm learning and as I'm getting this information, let me bring that to the platform and share it with other people that want to learn and want to grow and want to level up financially too. So that keeps me motivated. My family keep me motivated and you guys keep me motivated. Knowing that I'm helping and impacting other people keeps me going, makes me want to continue to produce content. Will we be seeing more of your boys? They're so cute. Oh, thank you. On YouTube, probably not, to be honest. You won't be seeing much of them on here. My husband's not really that keen on sharing the boys on this platform. I myself, again, I guess I'm not that keen either, to be honest, because yeah, I don't know what they're going to really be doing here. Not going to be talking too much about finances, are they? So yeah, no, you won't be seeing them on here, unfortunately. But if you do want to see them, you can follow me on Instagram at Tolly Frimpong, and you'll probably see them on my page quite a bit and on my stories occasionally as well. So yeah, you can catch up with my whole family over on Instagram. On YouTube, it's more about me. So are there any downsides to being a content creator? So I would say, yeah, I guess there are, yes. In the short, yes, there are downsides. I'd say there's ups and there's also downs. I'd say if I start with the positives, it's obviously the opportunity you get to be creative, to express yourself, to connect with like-minded people all over the world, to reach audiences that you'd never have had the opportunity to reach had it not been for this platform. It's just amazing. Like the fact that you can literally turn on your camera, record whatever you want to record, put it out there and it resonates with people. Like how amazing is that? I think it's fantastic, which is why I love being on here. Like you just get to talk all day and I love to talk. So the fact that I could just sit here talking to the camera, upload it onto YouTube and you guys are sitting here watching it, I love that about being a content creator. The fact that you can be creative. I love the fact that everybody is unique. Everybody brings something different to the platform. Like, I've been watching YouTube for the past 10 years and I can't even count the amount of different accounts that I follow, a number of amazing people that I've started following and learned so much from on YouTube. So that in itself is just an amazing thing. So I love being a content creator. In terms of the negatives, I'd say number one, especially in the early days, so like myself, I'm still quite an infant at this, I'm still very new at it, so I guess the negatives is the fact that you put a lot of effort and a lot of work into creating the content and you don't necessarily get the views or the responses that you want to get. So it's like you spend 10 hours recording a video to get 10 views of the video. Like, it can be discouraging at times. So that is one of the negative things about being a content creator, I'd say, especially in the early stages. It is the fact that you just feel like, oh, I'm just doing all of this work and nobody's even watching, like nobody even cares, nobody's even interested in my content. Like, all of those thoughts go through your head. You're not sure in yourself and you're not sure what people are thinking when they're watching your content and all of these things. So those can be the negatives about being a content creator. Also, another negative is the negatives that you can at times receive. So I remember the first time somebody disliked my video on YouTube, mate, my heart was broken. I was just like, why have you disliked this video? Like, there's literally no reason for you to dislike this video. What's actually annoying about people disliking your videos is the fact that you don't know who they are. So it's like literally this random person somewhere in the world has just disliked your video and you're there feeling a way about it and the person's gone on about their day. So that for me was a negative at the beginning. Obviously 6 months into uploading content onto the platform now, I've come to realise that, do you know what, it's actually not that deep. We don't spend so much time worrying about what people are saying. There's always going to be naysayers, there's always going to be somebody that's negative or doesn't agree with what you had to say or doesn't like your post, and that's actually okay. So whilst, yeah, that is one of the downsides of being a content creator, it's the fact that you're putting your content out there and you're opening yourself up to criticism and negativity. Don't allow that to distract you from doing what you want to do, because yeah, in life you're always going to have negativity. There's always going to be positives and negatives, good and bad. That is life. And yeah, once you actually accept that and you realise that that's not going away, then you can enjoy being a content creator a lot more. So yeah, for me, I love it. I'm really enjoying it. It's only 6 months into my journey on YouTube, but it's been a fantastic 6 months. I've learned so much. I've enjoyed the process and I'm enjoying the process. And that's the main thing, and that's the most important thing being on here. It is about enjoying yourself. Like, there's no point just, thinking I need to make money and not actually enjoying the content you're creating, or not even enjoying making and editing and uploading these videos. Because what's going to happen is you're just going to burn out. You're just going to think, you know what, screw this is not working, I quit, kind of thing. And that's not going to be me, because I really enjoy being here with you guys. Okay, and so the last question we have here, I don't even know if I should answer this question, is, it says, are you going to have a 4th child?
That's a no from me.
I'm going to say no for now. Like, obviously, never say never, but as for me, I'm not planning to have any more children. I think my 3 sons keep me very busy. My hands are very full with them. And I'm very content. I'm very happy to be blessed with 3 amazing, healthy boys. So yeah, my heart is full. My hands are full. So yeah, for me, at number 4, no, thank you. I'm cool. I'm more than cool, in fact. No more kids for me. So that's literally all the questions I have for you guys. If you want to see a part 2, then fire some more questions at me. DM me or leave them in the comment section below and I'll definitely do a second part to this video. But that's it for today. If you do have any questions, as I always say, leave them in the comment section below or DM me on Instagram or send me an email at info@tollyfrimpong.com and I'll definitely get back to you, because I get back to all my emails. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet done so already. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and I will see you on my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.